Oh boy, so I have to say this feels like a rather strange update. It feels like it just kind of clocked us out of nowhere because no live stream. But anyways, we have the patch notes here. We also have no time to waste, so let's get going. First and foremost, the time that the scheduled maintenance is for 4 p.m. Pacific time. So plug that into your world clock and boom, there you go. Alrighty, so my assumption, my prediction of Zemo getting a tier 3, he's not getting a tier 3, but we don't know what's coming mid-month. He could potentially get something mid-month, whether it be Awaken or tier 3. As of right now, in this update, the initial update here, we have 3 uniforms, right? Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Zemo, and then we have 2 tier 3s, Taskmaster and Falcon, and then we also have 1 potential awakening, right? Transcended character, which is Yelena. Now, I guess there's good and bad to that, right? Just because, you know, we kind of need a rest from those resources. They need to catch up, right? We got to allow those to catch up a little bit. So some people are upset that, you know, usually we get 2, 3 awakened characters. Now we have 1. But let's dive in here because there's some interesting things hidden in these patch notes, and we're gonna talk all about it here. Alrighty, so it says here that there's also a feature to change to a selected ISO 8 set bonus, Uru Amplification Status Stabilization, and a Gilded Quest where every agent can gain a Tier 3 hero. Yes, it does seem to be limited to 1, and it's interesting. They kind of set it up a little bit differently, and we're going to talk all about that. It's towards the end of the patch notes typically, right? It's usually the characters, and then everything else kind of comes after, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. As mentioned, 3 new uniforms. Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo. We're going to be touching on Falcons first. Keep in mind that all uniforms are going to be 40% off during the sale here. Now we have Falcon, right? He's got the leadership tag, so he can take advantage of White Fox's passive. Will he be able to take Luna Snow's spot in ABX? Well, we're going to have to find out. Some people are thinking that he'll be able to, but in his kit, he has a lot of PvP attributes and some things that can make him a real PvP threat. So let's dive in here. His uniform effect is 10% chain hit when attacking. Plus, he has skill damage bonus damage on his uniform, which is pretty nice. You know, we see that from time to time. His leadership is 15% dodge rate increase, more PvP stuff. His next passive is PvP, right? Increased guaranteed dodge rate by 30. Definitely helps survivability for Null and Mephisto for sure. And his tier 2 passive is when dodging, he gets a 30% HP recovery, plus 40% increase to physical attack, and then he removes all debuffs. So the debuff removal, I mean, you know, all this stuff, even though it's more PvP, it definitely helps in PvE for, you know, when fighting Null or Mephisto for sure. And so it's basically up half the time because it's on an 8-second cooldown and you get it for 4 seconds. Now his skill 1, skill 2, nothing really special there. His third skill, he has some all defense down. He has incapacitation, invincibility, and he has a 50%. So it's basically a damage proc, right? Increased damage by 50% for 2 attacks, which could be pretty nice. As a matter of fact, Loki has something similar. I believe it's on his 5th skill. On his 4th, he has a fracture for 4 seconds, plus a dodge rate increase by 60% for 3 seconds. He has 50%, he has penetration for 50%, super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune effect. And on his 5th, and we're going to get to his tier 3. The tier 3 is always listed a little bit, you know, down a little bit further. Alrighty, and his 5th skill is where it gets rather spicy. So he actually has, he has a stun, a silence. I believe he does not have burn. Or does he have paralysis? He doesn't have paralysis either. So, you know, at the very least for silent season, he could totally, you know, possibly be a threat there, or at least be valuable there, be able to, you know, replace Luna Snow for that 1 season. Which, you know, if you're going to want to build a character up just for ABX, you'd want to utilize them for all seasons, right? You don't want to have like a separate character for each season, but that's certainly the case sometimes. But he has ignore target dodge rate by 70% for 8 seconds on, let's see, an 8.5-second cooldown. So it's basically up all the time. And then he has, you know, all attack, all defense, and by 40%, and then crit rate by 35%. So, you know, you can play him with an energy, and it's going to be easy to cap off his, you know, crit rate. They've been doing that, you know, with characters where, and that's on a 10-second cooldown. So that is up all the time. But they've been doing that where, you know, they're giving characters, you know, the all attack, all defense, but no crit rate, which is kind of sus in my opinion. Mr. Winter Soldier here. So, on his uniform effect, he has increased chain hit damage by 15% when attacking, which is very nice. Energizes with energy very, very well. He has a 5%, so on his first passive, it's 5% increased HP. It's not a 5% recovery, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And he has super armor all defense by 5%. Actually, we'll just talk about it now. So, Winter Soldier, he's a super soldier, but he has no HP recovery on his with his uniform. It's pretty insane. It's pretty bananas. Why they did that to him, I don't know. I really hope, you know, there's always room for them to come in with the patch and fix things, but you'd like them to get it right the first time because you don't know for sure if they're actually going to do that. Alright, his tier 2 passive is 45% chance when attacking. It's ignore target dodge rate by 100%, plus skill damage and bonus damage by 25%. So, my question with this, so it's only for 3 seconds on a 10-second cooldown. So for 7 seconds, 7 out of 10 seconds, he's not going to have it. Now, because he has skill damage, bonus damage here, will Taskmaster's passive, right? If we go to Taskmaster's support passive, here, let's check that out really quick here. Taskmaster support passive, boom, right here. So for characters who have the Weapon Master, which he does, I'm pretty sure he still has it on this uniform. They get an increased skill damage, bonus damage, right? And they only get that if the character actually doesn't have skill damage, bonus damage. So yeah, you see, now he gets leadership as well. He gets leadership, and so he can take advantage of White Fox's passive as well. So 2 potential candidates for ABX. The thing is, White Fox's passive is just so good that, like, Rogue is very strong. I think if Rogue had the leadership tag, she might be meta. I'm not saying 100% she would be, but she very, very well could be. It's because Luna Snow has it and Rogue doesn't, that gives Luna Snow that crazy advantage in ABX there. Alright, so his skill 1, skill 2, let's see, he's got, you know, some bleed, a stun, 10% increased all attacks for 10 seconds, which is okay. I mean, it's only 10%. On his 3rd skill, he has a counter attack. It's not ignore targeting, like Daredevil, Silver Surfer, but it is a counter attack. So it's like the watered down version of Silver Surfer and Daredevil's 3rd skill. Now he's got, let's see, he's got burn, he's got stun, incapacitation. He has 100% chance of immunity to all damage, and he accumulates damage dealt. So on his uniform prior, right, his uniform that he has now is damage accumulation based on damage received, which is really, really strange for a character like him, and it just does not work well on him at all. I think if you were to get that to work well, you'd need a lot of practice with the man. And it's just not worth it at this point. So yeah, he's got damage accumulation, and on his 4th skill, let's see, he's got some bleed, he's got some all defense down, invincibility for 5 seconds. So he has all damage immune for 5 seconds and invincibility for 5 seconds. The 3rd skill is on a 20-second cooldown, so that could be that could be a little strange. But the damage accumulation is for 10 seconds, so it is going to be up all the time, which is nice. So you could probably hit that 3rd like every other rotation. And on his 5th skill, he's got more burn. He's got a 60% chance of missing an attack, which is good for some PvP stuff. Incapacitation, as I mentioned, and he has an all attack, all defense, all speed. So all attack, all defense, 30%. The all speed and crit rate's only 1%. That's kind of lame, because what is that? What's the 1% going to do for you? So if you're going to build him with an energy, it might be tough to actually cap out that crit rate. Alright, now we get into Mr. Baron Zemo. So, let's see. On his uniform effect, he's got a 5% increased all attacks, which, I mean, I don't know, 5%? Come on, you could do the man better than that. The thing is, you know, he's not going to be that important. He's going to be important for his leadership because they change it to 60% increased all attack plus ignore target dodge rate by 35%. That's very nice. That's going to be very, very nice for ABX, I'll tell you that much. It's just, you know, it would be nice if he had an Awakened skill or tier 3. Maybe he's going to get one. I hope so. Fingers crossed come mid-month. But his tier 1 passive is 50% chance when attacking. He deals 20% bleed damage every 1 second. His tier 2 passive, let's see, 25% bleed damage every 1 second, and then removes elasticity. And it's basically up all the time. It's for 3 seconds on a 3-second cooldown, it says. And his, let's see, his 1 skill is he's got a stun on it. His, let's see, his 3 skill. Okay, so his 2 skill must not have got changed then. because they're not listing it here. And on his third, he has the ignore targeting effect, which is very nice, right? Kind of like Daredevil, Silver Surfer, basically like Sentry's first skill, because it doesn't have the counter attack, but he's got stun, silence, so he still has a silence on his third, which is nice. This way, well, you don't even need to use him for ABX anymore to swap him in for the silence, so that really doesn't even matter. He's got 100% penetration, super armor, barrier, shield, all damage mute, and invincibility effect, so he penetrates everything. That third skill is going to be, it's going to be a killer. I don't know, man, he might possibly could be used for timeline. Thing is, characters that don't have Awaken or Tier 3, they're you know, they're just kind of, they're down a peg, right? They're playing at a disadvantage as it is. So, you know, we'll have to see. Maybe, possibly, at least Ace, you know, Alliance Conquest. Let's see, he's got a stun and paralysis on his fourth, and then on his fifth, he has incapacitation, a stun, and all defense down. He has super armor and all defenses for 5 seconds on a 9-second cooldown. So all these uniforms, to me personally, they say more PvP than PvE, but we'll have to see exactly how they play, and we'll be able to do that in short order, guys. So now another 5 heroes: Sister Grimm, Ironheart, Kid Kaiju, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Wasp, Nadia Van Dyne, got their potential, can be upgraded to level 70. That only leaves 5 other characters, guys. Only 5 more after this. Now, let's dive into their tier 3s. Falcon Taskmaster. Also, they've made some changes with the existing characters. Yelena, Taskmaster, and somebody else. We'll get to that. That's actually at the very bottom, the very end of the patch notes, and we're just going to go through in order here. So, Falcon, he has accumulation on his tier 3 skill. So, let's see. He's got bind, paralysis, invincibility for 10 seconds. Increase damage dealt to super villains by 70% for 10 seconds. Accumulates 10% true damage, right, by 1.5%, which could be very nice, guys. That's why I'm saying he could possibly be, you know, ABX. That's a very high percentage for accumulation, but, you know, that always doesn't necessarily translate to just, you know, damage, right, points in ABX. We'll have to see. Now, Taskmaster, he also gets accumulation, but it's based on damage received, and they explained it in the patch notes further down here. He's got a stun, stun, paralysis, all defense down 60%, 80% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, and invincibility. So basically everything. All right, let's check out these tier 3 skills here. They look the same, guys. Like you see them here. Can you can kind of see them a little bit. You know, we'll view them once, you know, once the characters come to the game here, but they both kind of pop in the air and they shoot down. A lot of the tier 3s, I'll say a good percentage of them actually do that. I'm just glad we don't see any helicopters here. All right, Yelena's Awaken skill. Alrighty, so as of right now, Yelena, she only has HP recovery on her Awaken skill, and it's only for, what is it, 15%? Yeah, 15%. Well, it's actually 30% because it says 2 seconds there. But I think this is the first Awaken skill that actually has penetration. It's 90% penetration, and it penetrates everything here, right? Yeah, super armor, barrier, shield, damage immune, invincibility effect. She could be strong. I'm really hoping. I mean, she's strong as it is, and with this Awaken skill, it could really just put her over the edge there. I'm hoping, man. Fingers crossed that she's the savior that could carry us. It seems like, if it is, you know, it's gonna take like a brilliant for those players who are actually up to those high stages of world boss to be able to you know, push through. But she works with an energy as it is, so that's gonna be nice. And you need basically max Pierce or close to it to be able to do that. I'd say so. Maybe not. I mean, you could probably do it with a little bit less, as a matter of fact, but it's only gonna make it easier with more Pierce. But it looks pretty nice. It's only Black Widow and Yelena. I think this is the first time we only saw 2 characters in an Awaken skill. So, listen, anything's on the table with Marvel Future Fight as it stands. You know, they break the norms all the time. So, just because it was done a certain way before doesn't mean that they won't switch it up. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. All right, now getting to this Gilded quest, which a lot of people are very excited about. Alrighty, the guided quests. The tier 3 mission has been added. Select and grow. So I think there's been a little confusion behind this, so let's dive in here and dissect exactly what this means. So it says select and grow one of the designated heroes in the tier 3 with the tier 3 mission. It says if you don't own the hero or own below tier 2 6-star, they'll be given to you at tier 2 6-star. The guided quest tier 3 mission can be accessed when you have cleared the guided quest tier 2 mission at its maximum progress limit, maximum of 10 times. So you can do the tier 2 mission a maximum of 10 times here, and it says here the tier 3 mission can be progressed only once. So you only can get one tier 3 character from this mission here. Now it says, see, no requirements, can participate even if all target characters are at tier 3. So I think you get additional materials, biometrics, you know, that sort of thing. And down here it says when designated a mission hero, you can unlock and select additional heroes with the Character Plus package. The Character Plus package adds heroes to be chosen aside from the basic heroes, and agents can receive tier 3 growth materials at purchase. The Character Plus package can only be purchased at the hero designation screen. It says agents can receive additional reward from tier 3 mission with the special plus package. So it's more. So we have the regular package, the guided quest, it's 2,500 crystals, and then the special plus package is 5,750 crystals. But with this package, let's see, it says you get a tier 3 selector with which agents can acquire tier 3 hero right away. So you get a tier 3 hero right away from you know, the available tier 3 characters, right? So you got quite a few. You got quite a few available there. And it says here the special plus package can only be purchased when the tier 3 mission is in progress. So you gotta start the mission, and then you could actually make this purchase here. And these are all of the additional. So this is the Character Plus package. You get some CC, you get 50 CCF, 100 TCP, and then 200 EOD. And then the Special Plus package, you get all this other stuff: 1,500 crystals, 8 million gold. You get 770 bios. Let's see, 2,250 BAM, 200 CCF, 550 TCP, 550 EOD, and then 3 Titan selectors, or Titan record for target character. Okay, so maybe they're not selectors then. My apologies on that. So it actually doesn't sound like that bad of a deal, as a matter of fact. You know what? Because I still have Ant-Man to do. Maybe I'll actually do this for Ant-Man, and you know, we'll see exactly, you know, in-game what it actually does for you and all the particulars around it. It also says the Character Plus package and Special Plus package may not be eligible for a refund. So basically, you buy it, and that's it. There's no refund behind it. It says a banner will be shown on the main lobby screen when the guided quest is available. The guided quest banner is only shown when the guided quest can be proceeded. So if it's not available to you, it won't show you on the main screen. All right, now we have ISO 8 set bonus convenience improvement. This is amazing, guys. I think this is absolutely amazing here. So it says basically a category that shows which set bonuses are most commonly used on a hero has been added. Agents can now select a specific set bonus and automatically change it to the set bonus. What? Dude, know how much time this is going to save? Like, screw the gold. It's about the time. And then, so I mean, there's really not much left to say about it, but I just want to say that, I don't know, this might be the best thing about the update here. Okay, so Uru amplification, status stabilization, and chain amplification. So it says, if the number of amplified enchanted Uru slots decreases through Uru amplification, the former amplification status will be applied. So as a quick side note here, this is basically what I was saying that should happen for when you're rolling cards or you're rolling CTPs, that you could basically save a stat, like the highest, the best previously rolled roll, you can keep that one. And that's basically what they're saying you could do on this. So you'll never go down to a lower amount of amplified slots on your gear here. Whew, that's a tongue twister there. So yeah, it says if the number of amplified enchanted Uru slots decreases through Uru amplification, the former amplification status will be applied. Only the Uru application status will remain, and the gold that was used will not be refunded. That makes sense. That makes sense. A feature to auto-repeat chain application until all Uru slots have been amplified has been added. This is amazing too. I mean, because you got to sit there and hit that button over and over and over again. This, again, is a very nice thing. This might be, again, one of the best things. This in the ISO 8, I mean, huge quality of life changes, man. I am so happy about that. Although I don't, you know, it's only when new characters come, because I basically have all the characters kind of done. So I mean, it's definitely changed. So for newer players that still building up a lot of characters, this is huge for you. Okay, so now we have Black Widow Legendary Battle bonus mission added. So it says, in celebration of upcoming Marvel Studios Black Widow, a new bonus mission has been added. Now I think they're just adding on to the Legendary Battle that's already there, so you don't, like, if you purchased it, you don't have to purchase it again. And then the rewards here are, there's nothing really that spicy, guys. I think the best thing is from the Extreme, which is 75 Awakening Crystals. I mean, you get, what, 90 card crafting cubes? Like, I don't know. I don't really use those all that much. Yeah, that's about it. That's like the best thing. I thought I saw uniform upgrade. Okay, so you get 5 uniform, 5 level 5 uniform upgrade chips on the normal. Yeah, that's all there really is to say about that. Battle Pass. So it's basically, so we're not seeing any bios for Zemo in here, or Yelena for that matter. We got, you know, our typical, you know, icons in here, but everything else seems to be the same. Actually, I don't see the cards in here. So you typically, okay, well, it says legendary in the mythic. They did that before where it said legendary. And actually, so the legendary isn't in the the legendary card isn't in the legendary pass, and there's no mythic card in the mythic pass. It said that before though, and it turned out that there actually was a mythic card in that pass. So I wouldn't fret on that note. But I think the best icon here has got to be the Zemo icon. That's going to be my icon. It's going to be tough to change the Spider-Man with the Venom Spider-Man icon, but that one is looking pretty nice, guys. It's definitely looking nice. I think that's going to be my icon, you know, soon as you know, it's available. Let's see, other information. So there's more spicy stuff coming up, so don't click away. Don't click away, not yet. This is pretty nice. So it says, Hero skill information screen has been improved to show the valid effects that will be applied by using a skill. So it's going to show us guard break, skills that actually guard break, and then super guard break. So, you know, like Jean Grey's fit skill and other skills that seem to just kind of, you know, do the head rocking thing, just completely throw you out of whack. Well, it's going to tell you what skills actually do that. And it says here, the menu game guide, skill name glossary category has been improved. So you can go and view this if you go to the glossary, right, the game guide. You can go and it'll give you an explanation of what exactly is going on. It says an explanation for super guard break has been added under guard break category. A battle guide for guard break, super armor, ignore targeting, counterattack has been added. So nice. That is so nice. The more information, the better, guys. So it says after the update, agents who make a new account will be given okay, so this is okay, I'm more excited about this here, but this is pretty cool. So Shield, they're giving away 5 free days as a trial for Shield special support, and if you already purchased it, they're at the end of your purchase date, they're extending it by 5 days. So those who actually already bought it aren't getting neglected here. Everybody's going to benefit, which is pretty nice. You're not going to get the crystals though, but you will get all the benefits that you know are available through the Shield support, which is pretty cool. You know, you can refresh, you know, timeline, you know, just all the stuff that's accompanied with it. The additional gold. Okay, so items can be received directly from a pop-up screen without having to enter the inbox. Chat message will be shown. Okay, so these are just some other fixes here. When inventory is full after crafting, a pop-up will show up on the results screen. So this way it won't give you a stop. You know, it won't prompt you beforehand. It'll prompt you afterwards that your inventory is full. All right, so I'm skipping down just a little bit just for the sake of time here. I'm just going to the important stuff. Okay, so it says here, Winter Soldier on his Marvel Infinity War uniform, increase all attack buff on the second skill has been fixed not to overlap with his ISO 8 set bonus. If it's just on that uniform, You know, I don't think people are going to really be using that uniform. It's not good anymore. Ignore targeting effect has been added to his tier 3 skill though, which is very nice. Let's see the following effects. Oh, by the way, I was wrong. Yelena does have a 10% recovery max HP on her first skill now. So they're adding that, and they're saying it here. So my apologies. I said earlier she doesn't have it otherwise on her, except on her 6th skill, but now she's got it on her first. Also, she has all damage immune for 3 seconds on her first skill as well, which is pretty nice. Let's see, Taskmaster. Now they're changing some stuff with Taskmaster. It says on his 3rd skill, Grenade Shockwave, they're giving him 100% chance to immunity to all damage for 5 seconds. Let's see, they're giving him an attack buff. Okay, so this is on his 6th skill. They're giving him damage accumulation based on damage received, which I mentioned earlier. And then down here, they're just mentioning some other fixes with the game. Alrighty guys, so for the sake of time, we're going to have to end it there. We don't really have the luxury to discuss some of the particulars going on in the patch notes. A lot of it's just speculation until we actually get the characters and everything in the game. But we'll be diving in, right, to each particular character and topic and subject, the guided quest, not the gilded quest. I don't know why I kept saying that, and so on and so forth. So, guys, you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.